if you were to paint a picture of the perfect beach, you know, beach balls, lifeguards, music, suntan lotion, palm trees, it's gonna be right here. Hi everybody, I'm Celia Klein with High Garden Real Estate, and this is our latest episode of Talk of the Town, and we are in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Yes, this is the place for those of you who remember those beach movies with Annette Funicello and Frankie Valli and all the fun they were having. Guess what? That is the feel and the attitude of this area. It's so much fun. This area is actually a collection of several beaches that decided to organize as one area under the name North Myrtle Beach back in 1968. So this area includes Cherry Grove, Windy Hill, Crescent Beach, and what used to be known as OD, Ocean Drive Beach. Let's learn more about it, shall we? While North Myrtle Beach is indeed a resort area, its roots run very deep. There are about 4 to 5 families that actually established pretty much this entire area. So when we're here at Main Street, while many tourists do come and visit, this is where community comes together for things like those treasured traditions of the Christmas parade and the St. Patrick's Day parade. It is so wonderful to see the community come together and enjoy this beautiful area. Ah yes, the sights and sounds of Main Street, North Myrtle Beach. Now if you're living in this area, there are some establishments, watering holes, businesses, restaurants. You better know about them. The one right behind me, this one is the most important. Hoskins Restaurant. Do you know it's been here since 1948? And that's why there's almost always a line. People love this home cooking and they keep coming back year after year. Some other places, it's not a restaurant, but it sure is important. Bolino's grocery store. If you haven't been in there, you definitely need to put that on the list. Some other great places are gonna be Boardwalk Billy's. Don't forget Molly Darcy's down in the Crescent Beach section, and then some newer areas like Snooki's on the ocean. All of it, we are all about our cool beach vibe, our music, and great food. While we don't like to admit it, on some occasions, it does actually rain here. Don't tell anybody. But when it does, there is a great gem of a place to come check out. This is the North Myrtle Beach Historical Museum. The building used to be the library for North Myrtle Beach and opened in the early 1970s. Now, the museum opened in 2013. It's on 2nd Avenue North. There are so many interesting things in here. I really hope you'll come check it out. Here we are with Caitlin, the director of the museum for North Myrtle Beach, and I've asked her this question. All right, so what's something about the history of this area that people might not know about?
The fact that there's American Revolutionary ties here. George Washington came through this area. His horse really stayed the night in Little River, and during the 60s and 70s there was a roadside attraction that said like George Washington's horse stayed here.
So I gotta clarify this. So where was George? The horse stayed somewhere near here, but where was George?
He took a little campaign along the Grand Strand.
Okay.
He met with one family over in present-day Grand Dunes Golf Course.
Oh, wow.
Then he made his way down south, so Pawleys Island. He stayed with a family over there.
Mm-hmm. Here's what I think is what you're really telling me. Caitlin, this is a really nice and historical, appropriate way to say that George Washington was partying up and down the Grand Strand. And hey, I think that kind of behavior has continued to this day. So everybody has fun here in the Grand Strand, including George Washington. So when people come in here and check out this place, let's go ahead and show them one of the things that they may find really cool to see it's in here. So I've asked Caitlin to tell us about 1 or 2 things that if you came to the museum, you might think they were kind of cool. So tell us about this one.
So one thing that attracts every age group is the jukebox. This is a Rockola. It is from 1962. It's still working, and it features a lot of different types of music. You got like Bruce Springsteen in it, but most importantly, you have artists that are in the genre of beach music.
Which we are all about here.
100%. It goes hand in hand with shag dancing, but it also originated here too, North Myrtle Beach and Myrtle Beach.
So does it still play music?
It absolutely does.
Oh, we're definitely gonna have to hear some of that.
I was dreaming last night when I got the notion to pack my bags and head out for the ocean.
Now, this mural behind us, it is so cool. It's got a great story. It started back at Broadway at the beach in 1995, and now here it is at the North Myrtle Beach Historical Museum, and it has a very cool story. Go ahead and tell us about it.
So it showcases some of the iconic shag dancers throughout all the generations. You have some of the older generations and then some of the newer generations as well that include Jackie McGee and Charlie, who are worldwide icons for shag dancing.
Wow. So when people come here both in the spring and the fall for the big SOS events, they are possibly coming specifically to see some of these award-winning performers, if you will.
Almost 100%, yes.
Wow. All right, so two things you told me about that I want to share with everybody else. Let's talk about the floor that we have here.
So with shag dancing, oak floor is super important. Because of the material, it makes it easier to dance on, especially glide on. And then also too with upkeeping it, like putting cornstarch or cornmeal on it. Yeah.
So it is nice and slippery, right?
Yes.
So if they went to our famous Fat Harold's Dance Club, which is right down the street here, they're gonna have this oak type flooring to just make it the best, most smooth dancing.
Yes.
Awesome, very cool. Now, you did show me in here, and you gotta come see this, some shoes that they have as artifacts from people who, again, are award-winning shag dancers. Tell me about those.
Correct. Well, shag shoes, like you can't just do normal shoes like sneakers or any kind of high heels. It's gotta have a leather sole to them because that helps with gliding. And especially with it being such a male prominent dance with doing all the big moves and moving around your partner, you need that kind of less friction to do so. So
if you have not seen any type of shag dancing, please just go on YouTube, or better yet, come here and take a look at it in person. Go to Fat Harold's Dance Club, because I'm telling you, everybody, they are so smooth. I've always said it looks like they're on roller skates. That is just how much they glide so perfectly. So who knows, maybe that's the new version of shag dancing, is to be on roller skates. What do you think? One of the superstars of North Myrtle Beach is none other than Vanna White. She and her family have lived in this area. She still comes to visit frequently, but she moved to Los Angeles in 1979 and has been turning letters since 1982. There is always a lot of activity going on year-round in North Myrtle Beach. One of the favorites happens right here at the intersection of Main Street and Ocean Boulevard. It's called Music on Main. It happens from June until September, every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. People coming from their neighborhoods, bringing their folding chairs, listening to awesome live music, and then maybe they stop for a bite to eat at Hoto's or maybe Bowie's on the boulevard. There is always something just bringing a lot of people together in our community. Just on the other side of the Intercoastal Waterway, you've got the North Myrtle Beach Park and Sports Complex, 160 acres of all kinds of fun. They opened this in 2014. You'd be amazed what's in here. You've got an amphitheater, you've got a dog park, ballparks as you can see behind me, trails, zip line, shark wave park, you name it. And they have a lot of special events here too, including Macaroni Mania, and over the holidays you have this amazing trail of lights that you can drive through, as well as enjoy the Winter Wonderland. It really is a special place for the area. I'm on Hillside Drive, which is a part of the beautiful Tillman residential section of North Myrtle Beach. It's time to talk real estate. Now, there is every possible property type in North Myrtle Beach available to you. We all know about those gorgeous high-rise condos right on the ocean, like the fairly new Avista Resort, and then of course the established Ocean Bay Club. Then you have stunning raised beach homes just a few streets back. You have beautiful communities like Seabrook Plantation, Tillman Forest, Tidewater Plantation, some of the newer ones like Cottages on the Marsh, as well as Robber's Roost, and the newest Del Webb North Myrtle Beach. There's many choices here, including the one right behind me, the gated condo community of Ocean Keys, which literally you could walk to the beach. Now, here's the great part about North Myrtle Beach. It is very different from some of the other towns along the Grand Strand when it comes to short-term rental or an Airbnb option. So if you're in an organized community like this one, you're going to have to rely upon your HOA rules to determine whether you're allowed to have a short-term rental. But if you're outside that and you're just on a regular street here, hey, it's fair game. So long as you have a business license with the city of North Myrtle Beach, you can absolutely do short-term rentals in your precious beach house. So long as the city of North Myrtle Beach gets a little bit off that revenue you're generating, you're all good. Another quick real estate note. This is a target-rich environment for renos and house flippers. It's very important, though, to note two things. One, the land itself is not cheap because you're so close to the beach. It has tremendous value. So you're not going to get the cost of the original home for a super low price, so keep that in mind. And then the second part is the city of North Myrtle Beach definitely has some regulations and restrictions, so you better get that permit before you ever put a hammer to a nail in that house. Here in the Grand Strand area, we love our fishing piers, and so I had to come show you Cherry Grove Fishing Pier. Now, there used to be another one in the North Myrtle Beach area that was on 2nd Avenue, and it was the Tillman Fishing Pier. But Hurricane Hugo back in the late 1980s completely destroyed that pier, and they decided not to rebuild it. Now, just a few years ago, Hurricane Ian did a sucker punch on this Cherry Grove Pier, but the good news is it's back and people are enjoying it to this day. We like to make sure that everyone in our community enjoys our beaches, so it's so nice to see that North Myrtle Beach includes wheelchair accessible pathways to the coastline. Talk about when a plan comes together perfectly. For North Myrtle Beach, that is the Barefoot Landing and Barefoot Resort area. You have the beautiful restaurants and shops that make up Barefoot Landing, and the majority of that started up in about 1988. You also have about 5,000 homes behind it on the other side of the Intracoastal, including some amazing golf courses, and that's going to be Barefoot Resort. This is just such a perfect area. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this episode of Talk of the Town. I hope you found it informative. There is definitely so much going on in this beautiful part of the Grand Strand that you can easily see why so many have decided to call it home. Do you think you could find your castle in the sand here? Certainly give me a call. I'm happy to help with that. Celia Klein with High Garden Real Estate, 843-321-9646. And hey, if there are any other areas you want us to video, we love going around town and explaining what this area has to offer. Please let us know. And one more thing, tell your neighbors, tell your friends, subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's at Carolina Coast TV. It gives you so much information about what we have to offer here. Thanks again for watching.